Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. We have a very rich liturgy of the Word today. And there are many angles by which you can reflect on the visit of God and the challenge to hospitality. Our first reading from the book of Genesis is this story of three men who visited Abraham. And if you listened to the narrative, we heard how much Abraham, given their ancient custom, made sure that he would really welcome and accommodate these three visitors, not knowing that these three visitors actually was God. And they say, as we see in the even the teachings of the church, given this Old Testament literature, that these three figures represent the triune God. One God in three persons. And look at the disposition of Abraham. These three men were strangers. Di naman niya kakilala ito, di ba? No? But for them, in ancient times, they would try their best, to really welcome anyone. In fact, Abraham begged, to make sure that they would feel, at home. And true enough, as the story goes, what happened was the great realization that that visit of God brought forth a miracle for Abraham and Sarah. Because we know Abraham and Sarah both are advanced in age. Sarah was barren. They could not bear any children. And perhaps that was for them, a deep sorrow entering despair. Pero napakabuti ng Diyos, bumisita ang Diyos sa kanila, tinanggap nila ang Diyos, at talagang pinaramdam, ang kanilang pag-aasikaso. And the great miracle of Isaac, That's why we heard, that would be, the promise of God, given the fruit of their hospitality. In our second reading, what we actually heard is this account of Saint Paul, as he testified to his suffering for Christ. There have been many debates on whether it was actually Paul who wrote this letter, and there is a great possibility, in terms of originality, it was a disciple of Paul, But whoever wrote it, it just tells us of what Paul did in terms of his visit to many unbelievers. Many Gentile communities, there were those who listened to him, accepted him, but there were those who persecuted him. And we know what happened. It brought forth the great miracle of the conversion of the Gentiles. See what happens, Paul, in a way, representing God, in his visit to pagans, bringing forth a change of heart. In our gospel, we hear again this popular story of Jesus coming to Bethany. It was a bridgeway going to Jerusalem. And he visited the home of Mary and Martha. And we always hear what took place, and again This is a recall for us in today's Sunday's Gospel. The visit of Jesus showed to us two types of hospitality. No? The first one is that of Martha. Kita niyo naman, no? Si Martha, parang tayo mga Pilipino, di ba? Maasikaso, no? Talagang, alam niyo naman yan, no? Pag merong party, may bisita, gagawin natin ang lahat para maramdaman ng bisita, no? Yung Filipino hospitality, no? Kaya, no, she did everything, but the problem was, no, Mary chose another way of hospitality. She was at the feet of Jesus, just present there listening to Him. And you know, that was actually a no-no, no? At that time. Kasi, especially yung mga women nun, were treated like second-class citizens. Para basta lumapit ka lang at nandun ka sa tabi, no? Medyo, in a way, ang tingin doon, that may even be scandalous. But, Mary went beyond and stayed there and listened. And the account then tells us of what happened. Na yun, nagreklamo na si Martha, di ba? Panginoon, nag-iisa ako dito, di ba? Nag-aasikaso sa iyo. Tignan mo yan, no? Yang si Mary, hindi man lang ako tinutulungan, di ba? No. And the Lord said, Martha, Martha, you know, you are so much concerned with many trivialities, no? Mary has chosen the better part. Wow. This boggles our mind, no? Was Martha doing wrong? But actually, when you think about it, the words of Jesus would qualify it. Especially when we look at good, better, best. Di ba? In a way, Martha and Mary were already doing something good in welcoming the Lord in different ways. But Mary chose more than good, the better part. And we will understand there's nothing wrong with Martha did. No? There are two things that is very clear, no? Two things that are very clear, no, in Mary and Martha, no? Martha, in her hospitality, did loving action. Di naman niya ginawa yan para lang mag-asikaso. It was out of love. Mary did what we call loving attention. Diba? And that attention, no, was listening to God in Jesus Christ. Brothers and sisters in the Lord, no, what are, the lessons learned from our liturgy of the Word? No? If I may sort of highlight a number of points. Number one, the importance of welcoming all. Lahat dapat ay ating tatanggapin. Problema kasi nating kalimitan, no? Yung pakikitungo natin sa kapwa, minsan selective. Namimili tayo, di ba? Yung gusto natin, yung ka-vibes natin, kahit mga acquaintances, basta tingin natin parang hindi mapagkakatiwalaan, dumidistansya agad tayo. No? But even in the story of Abraham's encounter with God in the three men, we will see clearly here that there was no attitude of selectiveness. It was welcoming all. And it's even a challenge, welcoming even people we do not want, people we do not like, people who are difficult to love. Magandang tignan yan sa ating mga pamilya. No? Sino ba yung mga ine-etsyepwera natin. Meron dyan, katanggap-tanggap na mahal natin sa buhay, pero meron dyan, ayaw natin kausapin. See? The second, I think, which we can learn from our gospel is the practice of discernment. Diba? Why? When Jesus said, Mary has chosen the better part, in life and in many encounters, we're actually challenged, no? To always discern what is needed at the moment. Di ho ba, no? Minsan kasi may mga tinatawag tayong mga fixed template. Isip natin, no? Ito, nasanay na akong ganito. Pag may dumating na tao, ito gagawin ko. Pag may dumating na bisita, ito ang aayusin ko. No? Or even unexpected moments when people just come to you and knock at your door. Yes, he may be a friend or a relative. But then, given that fixed template, it's possible, no? What happens is that we will apply, no, what is in our mind and heart, but not discern. Kaya magandang tignan, no? Pag meron bang tao nakaharap tayo, no? Ano kaya yung sinasabi ng Diyos? Na tayo ba ay magsalita na magsalita o makinig? Mga magulang, no? Yan siguro isang hamon sa atin. Kayo po, pakikitungo nyo sa inyong mga anak pag pumupunta sa inyo. O kaya kahit di pumupunta sa inyo o may nararamdaman kayo. Minsan bilang magulang, ang ginagawa natin, nagsasalita agad, pinagagalitan agad, no? Nagbibigay ng pangaral. Baka ang hamon sa atin, makinig. Tapos alam niyo, sabi nila, there are two types of communication. May verbal, may non-verbal, di ba? Oo. Verbal, maliwanag yun. Pwede mo itanong, ano ba kailangan mo? Madali yun eh. And that can help us, no, in the discernment mode. Pero yung non-verbal, yan yung ating pagtatasa para tumalas yung pakiramdam. Para malaman kung ano pangangailangan. No? Minsan, no, iniisip natin, may mga tao sa lansangan. Totoo, no? Gusto nating mag-evangelize. No? Gusto nating mapalapit sa Diyos. Pero baka ang talagang pangangailangan nila, talagang mag-ambag tayo o tumulong tayo para muna may makain sila. Di ba? Noona natin, no? Totoo, salita ng Diyos, no? But we know the food for the soul and the food also for the physical body. Kaya kailangan, no? Alam natin, no? And we can only, no, do that in prayerful discernment so that we will choose the better part. So, whether it be Martha's loving action or Martha's loving attention, or Mary's loving attention, what is important is we try to discern what is best given the particular time. No? Thirdly, when we talk of God's visit and hospitality, I think there is also a challenge that can help us in terms of seeing that encounter. And what is that? The conversion of the heart. This is where I want to look at the second reading, because we know what Paul did in reaching out to the Gentile communities that brought forth conversion. And in deeper introspection, perhaps the the realization is, when there is a visit of God, and yes, there will be our hospitality, it is not the matter of doing something and giving something, but receiving something. Pag-isipan po natin yung mga encounters natin sa kapwa natin. Ano ba ang naidulot nito sa ating pagbabagong loob, pagbabago bilang Kristiyano? And I'm sure you have many stories to tell, no? Many encounters in my life as a bishop and a priest, no? Tells me that just when I think I am giving in ministry, I have been receiving more because of the many encounters of the people that have come to my life. No? Kaya pag-isipan ninyo, no? Halimbawa kahapon, sino po ang na-encounter ninyo? Asawa ninyo, anak ninyo, kapatid ninyo, kaopisina ninyo, no? Kapitbahay ninyo, relative ninyo, di nyo kakilala. Bisita po ng Diyos yan sa inyo. And the Lord, in His visit, touch your heart. Question: were you serious in welcoming Him through that person? What did Jesus tell you in that encounter through that person? Did it bring you a change of heart? A change of life? Then you will realize what hospitality means. The Lord coming to your heart and perhaps making you feel His love. And in a way, because you have realized that that encounter was an encounter of love, you want to become a better human being and a better Christian. 3 lessons now from our liturgy of the Word. Number 1, let us welcome all. Let us not be selective in our accepting people. Number 2, discern so that you can choose the better part, the better way of dealing with your neighbor. And third, make that encounter with God lead you to conversion of heart, a change that will make you a better human being, a better Christian. Amen.